both of us had a little casualty, and he slid down the stairs, and I tried to catch him. I went down the stairs with him too. So, well, sorry, but I'll be all right. He's all right. Everyone's okay. So, anyway, post your questions and get a little chit chat going, and get another live stream going on here. I was trying to get out of this 99 here earlier that I'm working on the shift detents. So we're probably going to have to pull that transmission top cover back off and work this side of those shift rails because little detent balls are seized up. So that's back in and under this cover back in here. So go ahead, guys. Write your questions, your comments down there. I got to figure out how to turn the chat back on here again. I did it once. Chat box. Alrighty. Alright, don't be shy, guys. Write something down in the box there. You want to get a second chat of the night going on here. I've got, I pretty well got everything put away for winter time. If you guys have been watching the videos, I've been working on this 80 here as well. I've got the plow stored in behind the 1828 here. There's the wheel weights I got for it. It's a little bit cool back in here today. Shop heat because on at 60 degrees. Well, it is 60 in the shop right now. Another project we're going to have going on here. We're going to be doing this 99 cylinder head. I'm going to pull all these valves out, clean the guides, clean everything up, lap them, and put everything back together. We'll do a leak down test as well, but that'll be another video for you guys. Anyone else got their Antique Power magazine? Kind of was a neat article in here about Mr. Heaslip. Jim and Guy Heaslip own the Hart Bar Haven in, what's the name of the little place now? I forgot. Hart Bar Haven, Ontario, Canada. This is the ad here. You got 88 and looks like an 1836 Hart Bar up there. It's going to bug me now. I can't quite remember exactly where their little museum is. Yeah, that's going to bother me. Hi guys, how you doing tonight? What am I doing? I'm just kind of doing a little show and tell around the shop. We're working on the old 99 here a little bit. Maybe I can show you guys kind of what we're up to. I did do an earlier live stream before with my son was out here. He was kind of getting a little bit whiny, so didn't really get a whole lot done other than shoot the breeze a little bit. But I did get the belt pulley to work. I went in, I unseized all the detents on the shift rails and all that, and that works good. But now I'm down here working on the forward and reverse gears. Oy! Get my leg here, maybe you guys can see. So you see down in there, see those, you see those little blocks into my finger there? So that's where that shifter sits, right in between those. And those rails run through that cast block and the transmission and go through the other side, and that gives you your forward, your reverse gears. So once we get that working again, I can go ahead. I'm going to clean the engine block up, and I'm going to put the new head gasket in it, and I will put the head back on once we get that cleaned up. So we're making some progress out here. Not a lot, but picking away at it. I've been kind of trying to get this 80 back together. Need to get my ass in gear and go pick up that axle housing for it. I've the tractor got to go get it off. If it's sitting down in the weeds, it's at the same stage. Got to pull it off and bring it home and put it on this one, because as you'll see, if I can zoom you guys in, you see how the little ears are broke off where the fenders bolt on? That's no good. Hi, Jew Wrestling. Hopefully I said that right. Hello, everybody. Well, yes, tonight's a lucky night. This is the second live stream of the night, but I haven't done a live stream in over a year. Someone was asking me about that 320 John Deere in the back. I've got to pull the engine out of that and put a cam gear in it. Or I'm thinking about doing a Yanmar diesel conversion. I was looking at a 330 or a 332. They came with those factories, so I'm trying to find an engine to drop in. I think the 330 is the same frame as that 320. That kind of got shoved down the project list here a little bit. Go ahead and write some questions down in the comment box there, guys, and you got a little bit of a chat going on. Any questions you guys might have or something you guys want to talk about? Yeah, you got all of my farm toy boxes stashed in the shop here now. Yeah, don't mind my heater kicking on. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys saw the video. I did find some manifold gaskets for the 80 here. I was digging through my stash and managed to find a set of those. Clean up and paint that manifold anytime. You're gonna have to track down the paint code for some cockshut red paint here soon. I did have it somewhere. Of course, I've got stacks and stacks of notes and books everywhere, so don't be shy to write something down in the comment box, guys, and get something to chat about here. We got I've got the rear wheel off that 80 sitting on the ground here. I've got it blocked on one side because basically I can't use those wheels now. I want to get rid of the split rings anyway, which is in here. I want to get rid of those. I want to put the 26-inch wheels on simply because I can run a 14.9 26 tire, and that's better for plowing. I don't know if you guys saw the video or not. I did have one of those split rings blow off and go across the shop. Nobody got hurt, nothing got broke, but it's not something you want to happen at an event somewhere. What's everybody else up to out there tonight? You guys out in the shop? Are you working on some farm toys or sitting on the couch watching TV? I was kind of watching some Yellowstone clips because I guess that's coming back next week. Got some Oliver magazine clippings from back in the 50s. Buddy of mine gave me. We're gonna put this Antique Power magazine away in the cabinet here. If I remember what file it goes in, maybe. 2023. Not that one. 84. That's going pretty good so far. Little guy was out here earlier and kind of got a bit cranky in the first episode here, but we got him put to bed, and now I guess we're just gonna take around out here. How's your night going? Thanks. Yeah, it is a nice shop. Look back in the videos, I used to work in a 10x20 carport with no heat. Everybody have a good Halloween. Hey Tim, how you doing? Oh yeah, here's another fella you guys should go check out. Friend of mine, Topher Craig, there on YouTube. He's actually he's a member in most of the same clubs I'm into, but he's got a good little YouTube channel there too. If you're liking what I'm doing, you like what he's doing. He's got a lot of show videos on there. So once again, there, Topher Craig. I know it's backwards for you guys. Yeah. What's new with you, Tim? It was good to meet you at Kawartha finally last year. Things are pretty good. I mean, haven't got too many new projects on the go yet, but life's been alright. Work's been good. Kind of slow right now, but nothing we can't handle. How about you? Did you go to the Kawartha banquet at all, or is that still coming up? No, I went last year as a pick up the trophy for the 1820, but I wasn't too certain if the wife wanted to go again, but never really did figure it out or get tickets for it. So I guess there's always next year. I think it is too. I think it's usually about either this weekend or last weekend. Only ever really been to the Kawartha banquet. Never did go to the Cookstown or Melton. Been invited, but never did go. Never made it. Cookstown was alright. Had the Heart Par and the 145 there. Everything was there for. Took up the Friday night and brought everything home Sunday. So this is a pretty good show. They had a good feature. I don't know how many tractors were there, but had a pretty good show, I think. I actually think I'm going to go to their members meeting on Monday. They have their annual election for the board of directors. I don't think I'm going to run again, but I think I'm going to go cast my vote, though. I don't know if you were at Kawartha or at Cookstown or not. If you did, if you were, I must have missed you. Actually, I've been a member at Cookstown since about 1997. I haven't missed a show since '97. haven't always had tractors there, but I've always been a member. I've gone to it. Kind of the same deal with Milton too. I was been a member there since about 2007, but haven't missed a show since about 05, I guess. Although Kawartha, I've only been a member of Kawartha for, well, since 2022, I think I joined. No, actually, that's funny. That's a question I get quite often, actually. My grandfather, he was just a straight exhibitor. He was never on the board with anybody, but everybody seemed to know who he was. Yeah, no, that's actually, I've been asked that quite a few times. He was never one to go to meetings or go be on the board or get involved in any of that kind of stuff. But as far as being an exhibitor, he showed tractors from, well, he started with hit and miss engines. He's been in it since 1967. I think the last time he took a tractor anywhere is about 2003 or 4. So he was in it for a long time. Which is kind of a funny thing. I started with tractors. I'm trying to get into hit and miss engines now. I've actually been kind of looking for, well, I've been looking for his 6-horse engine, but trying to find a 1.5 or a 3-horse Type M engine to get started with. Don't be shy to write some questions or something down in the chat box here, guys. I think that might be listed on Marketplace, but I don't think they're IH engines though, or McCormick Daring. Do you know the fellow's name by chance, Tim? Hey, Clinton, this is probably the first one I've done since probably last year in the wintertime, so I don't usually get on here too often, but every once in a while I jump on. How you been doing? I think this is actually, this live chat here, I've had the most amount of people on ever. Been doing good, been busy trying to get everything put. Yes, I started that about a month ago. I've had the 1828 there put away for about a month already. Trying to get these other two back together here. Yeah, it certainly seems like it's never ending. I mean, most of my stuff's inside most of the time, but I mean, I guess I got the plow stuck back in here. Yes, Tim, it has been a while since I went live. I mean, someone could probably look back on my videos and see the last one. I think it was probably last February, I think, or February this year. How did you like the last Blast show, Clint? Yeah, it's not too bad. It's I think it's a 20 by 32. So, I mean, I've got room for one more in here, but it's still kind of nice to bring cars in the shop to work when it's cold. Yeah, it's actually really not too bad. I could probably fit, if I was better with my room, I think I could probably fit an 80 in between, another 80 in between the other two there. Kick that one over a little bit, and then if I get this one over a bit, I could probably stick one more in the center. Yeah, it was a really nice day. That was actually the first time I'd ever been up there, and I'd been invited for several years. John Hoover and Timmy, they all invited me for years up there, and well, this year was the first time I ever made up there, and I would add that to my regular roster of shows. That was actually really interesting. I like that show a lot, actually. I was actually invited to the spring show to bring the 1828 up, and I could pull a road grader around, so that might be some neat content next summer. Hats, possibly next year. I was kind of doing a trial run with those posters. See, it was kind of really interesting. I still have about 8 or 10 posters left, and I was actually giving some of them away. So if I do see that there's some people interested in hats, I would probably do a run of hats. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a really good turnout. Actually, I saw a post on the Steam Era Facebook page there that that was your highest show on record for attendance. Yeah, I think next year I'll take the 1828 up there. I was talking to Corey Way there a little while ago, and he said if I wanted to bring the tractor up and pull a road grader around, that'd be cool. So I think that'd make a nice video. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I've been trying to get on the YouTube merch thing there for quite a few years now. Actually, probably the last 5 years. I'm trying to get something going. Or I'm trying to at least maybe get some stickers or something for next year. I've been kind of working on that behind the scenes. I seem to think I want one thing one time, then it doesn't turn out how I want it. I get discouraged and think of something else, and it happens all over again. So. I guess the last Blast show would have been the last show for the year. AC Road Patrol as a project. That's cool. I don't know if I've ever actually seen one of those or not. I do remember at Cookstown once upon a time, they used to have a Farmall M that was, the M part was the power unit, and the front was a road grader. There was a name for it. I can't remember what it is right now. They used to do the tractor pull track work. Yeah, that'd be great, Clint, if you could. I've been trying to work with, I think it's Vistaprint, but I'm not quite handy enough with the computer to be able to do that. I was able to get the posters figured out, but stickers I haven't quite got figured out yet. Oh yeah, that's right. I did see you got some stickers and shirts made up. W4. I know it went over to Zephyr Way, but I can't remember the guy's name right at the very moment. I have to look it up on Facebook. I can send that to you later. That'd be great, Clinton. Thank you very much. Actually, been kind of kicking myself in the ass for getting rid of that W4. That was actually would have been a quite handy little tractor to have around, and now I've got the room for it. Anybody have any new projects for winter? I'm starting to get to that point. I've got enough projects to keep me entertained for 2 winters. I think I got. I want to get that 99 put back together. I've got all the major parts for it, and I want to get this 80 painted. I want to get the plow painted for next year, and I've got that subsoiler sitting in the front yard too now. I'm actually kind of looking at another project here, but I don't know if I'm going to pick it up yet. That little guy's doing great, Tim. Had him out here earlier with me. He was starting to get kind of cranky, so he's ready for bed. Ready to have a snack and bedtime. Dad too soon, though. How many of you guys out there like watching the shop videos and whatnot that we put out in the wintertime? I'm going to try to do some farm toy stuff this winter too. So I'm going to try to get back into that, do the real stuff in the summer and the toy stuff in the winter along with shop videos. AC's speed control grader sitting at the shop front door of the flat tire. Model 8 rebuild. Yeah, I was going to ask you about your Model A. I thought it was in that building. The Cockshaft 40. So PD, that's the Perkins diesel, right? My toy room is pretty much done. I've got pretty much all the shelves I want to do in there for now. I got to do some trim work and whatnot, but for what I needed to do, it works just fine for now. What are you working on this winter, Tim? That's a never-ending project. I've kind of been thinking I want to build a mezzanine in my shop. I might want to get rid of that steel shelf there and build something all the way across in the back. Of course, I got the heater in the back to kind of deal with, but that's no big deal. I'll just have to make it a little bit lower. And maybe I'll put a set of stairs on that side or something, but I don't know if I'm going to do it just yet or not. Yeah, I'm not too sharp on my later cock show stuff either, Clint. I know that 40 I had was a 56. And I think the deluxes come out in 57 or 58. I'm not 100% sure on that. But apparently that the Perkins version of those fours are actually pretty desirable by a lot of guys. For some of you guys that might be interested, I had that in the last video there. Jake Arnold gave me that back in the summertime. I'm going to build me a little shelf insert there, and I'm going to put farm toys inside of that radiator show. The old Ford. All burnt up in the center. Oh, dear. I'm sorry to hear about that, Clint. I remember we went for a ride in that, a few years ago now, but that was a fun little ride. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your car. The overhead crane. I've got the trolley for it, but the long story short, I was supposed to come included with a overhead winch on that trolley there in the sale of the house, but they never did. I just never picked another one up yet, but I'm going to be picking one up here pretty shortly because my back's getting tired of lifting heavy stuff. I do have back problems already, and I'm only 33, going on 34. I was kind of thinking I might have to lift this piece of cast out of here with the belt pulleys on with the 99. Of course, I'd roll it back a little bit first. But yeah, that's probably going to be the thing here in the near future. Actually, when I was at Steam Era, if you watch the video close enough, you hear me wheezing and whining away. Just walking on the uneven ground. I was unloading these wheel weights out of the back of my truck because I went down to my uncle's funeral and picked these up from the farm. I backed my truck to the truck door and I had to roll them across the shop floor. And those are, I'd say they're more than 150 pounds a piece. So not only did I have to unload them, I loaded them up earlier that day too. And I could feel it in my ribs and my back the next day. And also I was loading for Steam Era 2 days after I unloaded that. So kind of don't know what I did, but I could feel it every time I breathed in my ribs and the side of my ribs. It just wasn't good. Oh yes, everything's time and money. There's never enough time, it seems like. But yeah, that'd be great to go for a ride again, Clint. That was really fun. It was something I'd never experienced before. Been around them lots, but never rode in one until that day. But yeah, I'm going to be putting some money into this 80 here soon. I'm going to be picking up some 26-inch rear rims. And probably instead of 14.9, 26 back tires. Unless I can find something that's nearly new or lightly used, I'll probably end up going with new tires. So we all know that's a pretty expensive game to be in right now. I do have a set of tires I need to pick up for this, though. They're 16.9 by 30s. Actually from the same guy I bought the tractor from. And he's got a 2844 round spokes, too. He's been trying to get me to pick up. But I would like to have it because it fits in with the theme of the shop here. And that's about the only one in this whole lineup of all of our stuff I don't have. But there's an 80 I'm supposed to be picking up, and then there's a WD-45 I'm supposed to pick up here soon, too. So I won't say too much about that on on camera here. So the 80 is actually an 80 and an 80 parts tractor was offered to me quite a long time ago. And every wintertime I say I'm going to come down to pick it up, and I just never get a chance to come and do it. So, oh, well, it is what it is. The last toy show I was at was Alma back in the springtime. I was going to go to the Arthur show there on October 19th, but I went to the Last Blast show instead up at the Mincing Simcoe County Museum. What about you, Timmy? I do know that National Farm Toy Show in Dyersville, Iowa is on right now. Maybe one year I'd like to get down to go to that. Let me see it once. I guess it's technically toy show season now. I forget where the first show of the year is. I think it's out southwest Ontario somewhere. But I haven't really been doing too many toy shows lately, other than, like I said, the last one I went to was Alma. Alma's a good show. Usually you can't even walk down the hallways in Alma. I went with OVT there last time. I'm not overly picky about tire make. ultimately, at the end of the day, I'd like to stick with kind of the old school kind of tread pattern, like the straight bars. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of looking for the cost side of things too. But I've heard of them Benson Tire. I have dealt with Tirecraft too. They seem to be a bit expensive, but one benefit with those guys is there's a Tirecraft guy that comes to service my backhoe at work, and if there's something I need, I can order it through work. Yeah, I might try to get out to some toy shows. I've always kind of wanted to try to do some videoing at the shows, but I kind of don't really want to deal with a copyright claim or a privacy claim complaint. I've been on YouTube for over 10 years. I've never had that issue, but like even like going to tractor shows and whatnot like that, if I try to go around and get my clips first thing in the morning, unless it's like the pulls or the parade footage or whatnot, that's a bit of a different story, but you just never know with some people, you know? Yeah, I think that Mesny might be a good idea because I can get some bigger parts there, and there's some bigger parts that's supposed to come home here in a little bit, but this is getting a bit chaotic up on my shelves here, but you've been live for almost 40 minutes this round. This is probably the longest live stream I think I've done. Still kind of doing some cleanup out here. I've kind of got things designated. I've got 99 parts on the bench here. And I got all the 80 stuff up on that first shelf. I guess probably sooner than later I'd better get on cleaning the push rods up. And clean the rock shaft. I'm actually thinking I'm going to buy a parts washer. I'm actually going to go to Princess Auto tomorrow to pick a couple things up. Yeah, you got that right. That we did well for the little 10 by 20 carport, though. I still got the frame here, but I need a new cover for it. I was actually going to give that to the wife. She could use it for a greenhouse or something, but I'm thinking I might put it up in the backyard and use it for just putting overflow parts and future projects into. But bonus part with the shop is I got the shop heater, so you can paint all year round if you wanted to. Yes, you definitely get nailed on if the camera picking up music because you get a copyright claim. And I have had a couple of those too in the past. I actually got one on my first Paisley video. I've never actually had a complaint, but they can't really say too much because it's a public event. But in the time I've been doing this, I've never had a privacy complaint. Although I have had a lot of comments of people saying, "Oh, where's the crowd in your videos?" Or if I take pictures, "Where's the crowd in your videos?" Like, well, I'm kind of trying to avoid the crowd so that way we don't get problems. I've actually been chatting with another fellow here, and I need to go up to his place. He's got a bunch more Oliver stuff for me. I've picked up quite a pile of stuff this year. I've showed it on camera before, but pretty much from here back is all Oliver stuff, and I'd say I probably had maybe a third of this at the start of this year. Obviously, I had the 80 and the 1828 stuff, but silly me, I forgot this folder in my cabinet at Milton time, and I actually picked up quite a abundance of Cleatrack stuff. That would have been a nice little display to take to Milton this year, but I forgot all about it. And of course, I didn't think about that until I was down there unloading the trailer. But now you got old style 88 stuff and 70 books, and got into the fleet lines and Super Series. So I'm trying to complete the Super Series, and now I'm collecting the 3-digit stuff too. There's a 770, 880 book. I did do videos on these because I kind of try to cover everything. I've had people ask me in the past of doing collection videos, and I mean, I'd probably be into a good 2-hour video by the time I did all the tractors and the farm toys and literature and whatnot, and actually went into detail with everything. That'd be a long video. I don't know. I have not actually heard of anybody having a privacy complaint on any video that's been taken out of show. I mean, I guess people understand it, but you never know. It only takes one, right? Pedal tractors, I'm actually looking at picking Bennett up one for Christmas. I don't know what it'll be just yet. Yeah, I was kind of wanting to restore. There's an Oliver 70 and an Oliver 88, but they're like from the 50s, and they're actually quite a good buck to pick up. But if I ever did find one, I'd probably restore it and stick it down in my toy room. Andy Rich is a good guy to deal with. I actually ordered a 116 D21 from him to go in the feature display at Cookstown. I ordered it the Thursday evening, and I got it the Wednesday evening before I went to the show to help OVT set the feature display up. So Andy's got quite the selection of newer toys and a lot of the high detail collectible stuff. I actually picked up a 164 scale Big Bud LSW 747 off him last year. No, sorry, in the spring at Alma. Yeah, I think that way too, Clinton. But everybody seems like they're in pretty good spirits about it, and I've got many thank yous for doing the videos, as I'm sure you have over the years. But there's always just one of those things in the back of your mind, I think. At least it wasn't mine. Yeah, Andy's always been really good to deal with. I appreciate that, Clinton. Yeah, some really nice videos up there as well. You need to get out to your show this next year coming out. I don't get overly involved in editing either. Maybe kind of what I do sometimes, I try to just take the clips as best I can, and other than shortening them up here and there so I don't get run on sentences, other than that, I don't get up too overboard in editing either. Pretty much post them as I shoot them, right? Hey, welcome, Tim. I'm gonna try to do a bit more of this over the winter time. You take care too, and we'll see you next time. I'm 13 already, eh? Kind of got some behind the scenes things here. I had a video posted. I've actually been talking with the Sutton Fair Board about trying to get a show started at their fairgrounds. I think me and another guy would probably look after that. But I don't have. I had a gonna try to do it the last week of May or first week of June, but I haven't really got a yes or no answer yet, so I kind of really haven't said a whole lot about it. They seem to like my idea though. You heard anything out of Edwin at all lately, Clint? Well, I think the benefit I might have of doing it at the Sutton Fairgrounds is they already have the insurance for the Sutton Fair itself, and they have a tractor display there. So I kind of think that'll already be covered. But I'm still kind of in the beginning stages of it. They've only just brought the new news to their board of directors, so they haven't really given me a solid answer just yet. I have not figured out if I'm going to end up renting their fairgrounds for a day, or if I'm going to just have the gate proceeds go towards a donation for it. Yes, that's right. Oh yeah, yes, that's the last time I talked to him too. He said he was in the middle of moving all that stuff up there. Got a nice little place. I think he's working on getting a shop put together up there. Oh yes, yeah. I haven't talked to him too much recently, but it was a little while ago. Well, I think I'm gonna call this live stream a quits for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I think maybe next weekend we might try to do this again. So, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you later.